Hey y'all, I'm back again. Um, this time with a video sharing my heart on just why I detest violence. I'm completely against violence. Wow. I don't exactly know where to begin with this one, but I would say that I believe there are a lot of reasons I detest violence, but more importantly, why people should detest violence. There are a lot of people that do detest violence. There really are. Um, and there are people who don't have a problem with it and who even agree with using it if necessary. And then there are people who love it, who just don't care and want to be, just want to go out to hurt other people, you know? But why I'm completely against violence in society today, um, as we are living in the present time, um, is, you know, and guys, before I go any further, before I continue, I just want to say I'm not just talking about physical violence. I am talking about that, but I'm not just talking about physical violence. I'm also talking about verbal, the words that people speak to each other. Yeah, I'm talking about verbal violence too. The type of violence that attacks the emotions and the soul. All right? That attacks the heart as well. So, as I was saying, besides all that, I am completely against violence because, you know, when people get violent with other people or when someone gets violent with another person, they have no idea at all whatsoever how much they can damage that person. Just what kind of magnitude of effect they can have on the life, on the mind, on the heart, and on the spirit of that person. You know? Um, for example, someone curses someone else out on a job or at school or in their home or whatever. Excuse me. Because they got agitated or aggravated over something that wasn't even serious, wasn't even any reason to get aggravated over it. Um, or because, you know, that other person may have said something to them that they either took the wrong way or, you know, that may have been meant the wrong way. Maybe that other person meant to start a fight with them or something that didn't need to be started. But, they cursed that person out because of certain things that were said, out of the mouth. And they lost control and they snapped. But, when they cursed that person out, when the person who lost control because something was said to them cursed that other person out, you know, they had no, and may have even said something like, oh, go kill yourself or go die somewhere, please. Just go die somewhere. It'll make the world a lot better of a place. Trust me. You know, they have no idea how hurtful those words actually are. They have no idea how much pain they just brought to that other person, even if it's only for a moment. They have no idea how much they shattered that other person's reality just by speaking those cold hearted, harmful, aggressive, violent, harsh words. Okay? And, that's why even in the Bible, you know, there are scriptures that talk about how someone who's angry is so quick to pop off at the mouth, a fool or a very wrathful person, a very angry person is quick to say words that damage and hurt people. But a wise person knows how to hold their tongue or keep silent, something of that nature, because it's true. Because we really never know how much we're going to hurt somebody if we just go off on them, especially for no reason, just point blank, no reason. Even if that, even if the person who got angry and popped off at the mouth and hurt somebody else said they had a reason, the reason is usually never a reason at all. It's just, it's frivolous. It's just, it's stupid. That was a very stupid reason to say something that hurtful to that other person or that hurtful to those people. You see? And also about physical violence. I detest physical violence because it's violence, it's brutal. You don't punch someone in the face. You can easily walk away or just say, I'm not wasting my time listening to trash talk or listening to heartless, harsh words that really have no effect on me because I know they're not true. They're just said to insult me, or to falsely accuse me. But either way, I'm not going to waste my time. It's not worth it. I'm out of here. We can easily just walk away and not get into any violent confrontation. Okay. But some people out there, they choose to be violent and throw hands, But why? Especially if you're an adult. It's one thing if you're a child who has anger management issues and who's not sure how to control that anger, who hasn't learned to control their anger, and they don't mean it. They don't mean to get violent whenever someone triggers something in them, or says something to cause them to snap, They don't mean to lose control, but they're just children. They're not mature enough, developed enough, and wise enough, and just all around ready enough to control all that emotion bent up inside. So that's understandable with children. But when you're an adult, guys, at some point you should have learned to control that. I understand if no one taught you, all your life, and I sympathize with you if no one ever taught you. But for the ones who were taught but just didn't want to listen, you have no excuse. There's no reason to punch somebody in the face or kick somebody in the face or the chest or stab somebody or shoot somebody because they said something to you, or because they said something that they didn't even mean in any wrong way whatsoever, but that you took the wrong way because you chose to interpret it that way. You twisted the words around. You know, guys, violence has to stop in our society. It really does. There should be no reason why grown men and women are fighting instead of trying to stop the violence in society and make society more peaceful. You know, that's just point blank honesty. I don't agree with violence at all. I can never even think of, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I have imagined it before, yes. As a human in this fallen world, in this fallen flesh, I've had imaginations of it before. So I can think of it. I correct myself on that. I can. But I can never actually bring myself to hurting somebody. I wouldn't want to imagine, even if I could, even if I can. I would never want to imagine being brutal to somebody else, especially if they said something that they didn't even mean in the wrong way. Especially if they told me they didn't even mean it in an offensive way. You know? I can never take a human life. I can never even take an animal life. I can never take a swing at somebody's face, which is the identity of who they are, just because they talk trash to me. I would just shrug and say, okay, whatever. I mean, if that's how you feel, I can't help that, but I forgive you and I still love you. And I really hope you don't have anything against me, but I'm not fighting you. And I walk away. I'd rather do that than say, yo, what the F you say to me? You want to go? And then take a swing at them. You know? That's so beneath me. That's so beneath humans. We're not animals, y'all. We're not in the wild. We're in man made cities, man made nations, man made countries, man made civilizations, man made um, well, environments. You know? We're not animals. We're above the animals, far and beyond and above the animals, especially up here. Animals don't create technology. Animals don't build institutions and companies and businesses and banks and schools and buildings and hospitals and stuff like that. Animals can't comprehend words in dictionaries. Animals can't read books at friggin', you know, minutes per second. I don't know. But animals can't do that. Birds can't do that. Reptiles, insects, fish, horses can't do that. But humans do, and they can. They always have. So we're more intelligent than the animals. So what excuse do we really have for being violent toward each other? What excuse do we really have for condoning violence in our society today? Guys, the violence, we got to do better. I'm talking to all humans and not just my fellow YouTubers across the nation, but all humans, if anyone gets this message. Okay? The violence has got to stop. It's got to stop. God Himself, our Heavenly Father, the true Father of humanity, is not pleased with violence. As a matter of fact, because there are instances actually in the Old Testament, if not a whole lot more than I thought, where he destroyed nations because they promoted violence and because they practiced violence, which doesn't really mean God condones violence. It doesn't mean God agrees with violence. He didn't destroy those nations because, oh, I should get violent too because they're violent. No. He destroyed them because of their acts of violence toward each other. He was saying, I detest this, so I will do away with these nations. That's why. All right. Well, that's my heart on why I detest violence. I hope that this video comes across to somebody, or somebody takes the time to listen to this video. I know it was 16 minutes long, but I had so much to say. I had quite a bit to share. All right. But if you don't want to like and subscribe and comment, that's fine. If you do, you're so welcome to anytime. But I really hope y'all take what I said to heart here today. I love you all with all my heart. Peace.